Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Saradnan Rauf and the subject is Geography 2059/2 and the chapter is Natural Topography of Pakistan, and the topic we are going to discuss today is Northern and Northwestern Mountains. Let's talk about the topographical regions of Pakistan, that into how many topographical regions has Pakistan been divided. There are generally four topographical regions in Pakistan: mountains, plateau, plain, and desert. While Pakistan has been divided into six topographical regions. So it means that from these four topographical regions, any one of these topographical regions or two topographical regions have been subdivided. Here we can see that the mountains have been subdivided into northern and northwestern mountains and the western mountains. The plateaus are also divided: the Potwa Plateau and Salt Range and Balochistan Plateau. The fifth is Indus Plain and the sixth is deserts. These are the six topographical regions in Pakistan. But what we have to discuss today in our chapter, this is northern and northwestern mountains. This is the location of northern and northwestern mountains, which you can see on the map of Pakistan. Hindu Kush, Karakoram and Himalayas. Karakoram on the north, Himalayas in the south of Karakoram, and Hindu Kush in the west of Karakoram. These three are the ranges. The two ranges are of northern mountains, Karakoram and Himalayas, and one range which is Hindu Kush. This is northwestern mountain. The northern and northwestern mountains, as I have told you, that the Karakoram range is the topmost range of the northern mountains. So its highest peak is K2, and it shows that from Karakoram range the road is passing from a pass which is called Khunjarab Pass, and this road is moving into China. So in this map you can also see that the Karakoram range is over there at the top, and from Karakoram range the pass is connecting China and Pakistan. But more clearly you will see here that Karakoram range is this one, which covers the areas of Haripur, Aptabad, Mansehra, Badgaram and some other areas like Gilgit and Sast. Sast is the last bordering area of Karakoram range, where the Khunjarab Pass is there, where the border of China and Pakistan is connected. And then we have northern and northwestern mountains. The average height and highest peak of the northern mountain. This time we are discussing the Karakoram range. So in Karakoram range the average height is 6,000 meters. Average height means that most of the hills and mountains over there are 6,000 meters high. The highest peak of Karakoram range is K2, which is 8,611 meters high. Khunjarab Pass is a pass which has been made by cutting the mountain range of Karakoram, and the other pass in the Karakoram range is Karakoram Pass. So these are the features of Karakoram range. Now let's talk about the location of Himalayas range. Himalaya range is in the south of Karakoram range. Here you can see there are lines. The topmost line on the map of Pakistan is Karakoram range, and below the Karakoram range there are three ranges. These all three ranges are the ranges of Himalayas. The first range in the south of Karakoram is the Greater Himalaya. The range after Greater Himalaya in the south, this is the Lesser Himalaya. This is also called Pir Panjal range. And then the range, the last one, this is Shivalik. So these three are the ranges of Himalayas mountain and the uppermost ranges of Karakoram mountains. Now let's talk about the Himalayas range. Himalayas mountains, they cover the areas of Kashmir, Kagan, Kohistan, Deosai and Chilas. The average height of Himalayas mountain is 4000 meters and the highest peak of Himalayas mountain is Nanga Parbat, which is 8126 meter. You should remember that world's highest mountain peak is in the Himalayan range, but this is not in Pakistan. This is in Nepal and this is Mount Everest. This is world's topmost peak and this is in the range of Himalayas, but this is not in Pakistan. So the Himalayas range is 4000 meters high and the Nanga Parbat is the highest peak of Himalayas in Pakistan. Let's talk about Hindu Kush range. Hindu Kush range is pronounced by some people as Hindu Kush, but its correct pronunciation is Hindu Kush. Kush is an Urdu word as it is used in some phrases as Khud Kush. So Hindu Kush, these mountains are called because Hindus were killed in these mountains by the people of Afghanistan in a battle. Therefore, these mountains are called Hindu Kush. The average height of Hindu Kush mountains is 5000 meters and the highest peak of Hindu Kush mountain is Trichmir. There are many passes and the famous passes are Shandur Pass and the Loari Pass. These are internal passes and Shandur Pass has the highest polo ground over it where the people play polo, and Loari Pass is famous because a tunnel has also been made in this pass, Loari Pass, and this tunnel from mountains uh, has recently been constructed, which has reduced the duration of traveling for the people. So this is the average range, average height of the most of the mountains of Hindu Kush range, and its highest peak is Trichmir. Let's talk about the relief features of northern and northwestern mountains. So far we were just seeing what the average height and the highest peak of these mountains was. The relief features, overall relief features of northern and northwestern mountains are: they have high altitude up to 6000 to 8000 meters. The average height of these mountains is up to 6000 meters, which is the height of Karakoram. There are V-shaped valleys. The mountainous slope, if this is steep and very sharp, so the slope of mountains, these slopes make V-shaped valleys. If the slopes are steep, you can see in this image. If the slopes are not very steep, they are gentle slope. So the slopes are gentle, therefore the slopes will make U-shaped valleys. So U-shaped valleys are also one of the feature of the relief feature of the northern mountain, that you can find V-shaped valleys as well as U-shaped valleys over there. Then we talk about The other relief feature, this is snow covered peaks or snow capped mountains are also there in the northern mountains. The snowfields can also be seen. Snowfields are the slopes of mountains which are covered with snow. So these are one of the feature or relief feature of the northern mountains. Snowfields are famous for skiing and people do skiing here. You can see in this image also. The other relief feature is bare and barren rock. In northern mountains, some rocks are without vegetation. So the rocks without vegetation are called bare rocks or the barren rocks. So you can find them also in the northern mountains. Northern mountains have high altitude passes. We have discussed earlier that in Karakoram range there is Khunjarab Pass and Karakoram Pass, and these are the high altitude passes which are located in the northern mountains. Then there is a very unique relief feature. This is called Kori or Sark. This relief feature is formed when a lake is surrounded by mountains and the glaciers melt to feed the lake with the water. The lake is surrounded by mountains either from four sides or from three sides. So the melted glaciers, they provide water to the lake. So this type of feature is called Kori or Sark. In Pakistan, the examples of Kori and Sark are the lake Satpara or the lake Saiful Maluk, and there are hundreds of Kori and Sark can be seen in the northern mountains. The other relief feature is scree. This is also a unique relief feature. Scree is collection of loose rocks in the foothills of mountains. So in the foothills of mountains, when the broken stones are collected, so they are collected in the form of heap, as it looks that there is a small rock, a small hill. The stones are loose in it because the broken stones, they fall from the mountains. So therefore, scree is also a feature of northern mountains which can be seen there. Now, that was the relief feature we were discussing. Let's talk about the drainage pattern of northern mountains. The drainage pattern of northern mountain is that there are perennial rivers from north. Perennial rivers like the rivers which keep flowing throughout the years non-stop, and they are fed with the glaciers or the rainfall. And there are springs also which sprout from underground to provide water and to add water in the rivers from north. So there are eastern tributaries of river Indus which is also coming from mountains, and the western tributaries which are in KPK, they are also the part of the northwestern mountains. So overall, the relief features of northern and northwestern mountains are almost same. The other drainage pattern. So the drainage pattern and relief features are almost same. Now let's talk about the other drainage pattern of northern mountain. This is again the perennial river which receives water from melted glacier is the drainage pattern, one of the feature of northern mountain. The waterfalls can also be seen in hundreds, in the number of hundreds. So the waterfalls are also the relief feature of the drainage pattern of northern mountain. Rapids, you can see there, very fast flowing river through mountains, and the rapid is used for boating by the adventurous people. So rapids are the places where the river flows very much fast from stones. These are called rapids. Streams, when the river is divided into different branches, and these small branches make the way into the stones. These are streams. These streams can also be seen in the northern mountains as the drainage pattern. So the drainage pattern means the flow of water or the pattern of water flow. This is called the drainage pattern. The gorge is also one of the drainage pattern. Gorge means this is a feature where the river cuts through the valleys. The river starts to flow into valleys, and the river keeps the valleys cutting through very deep. So when the river pressure cuts the valleys very deep, this feature is called gorge. In Pakistan, the Indus Gorge is the very famous and biggest gorge, and this is the image of the Indus Gorge, which is flowing in the valleys of mountains. So gorge is also one of the relief feature. These are the drainage pattern. These were the relief features and the drainage pattern of northern mountains which we have discussed right now. Now we will talk about the economic activity of the people of northern mountains. What do they do? In economic activity, as we know that agriculture is a very famous economic activity, but in northern mountains there is no cultivation during snowfall, because in snowfall there is cold and the temperature is too low that crop growing is impossible. Terracing method is practiced in northern mountains. The steps are cut in the mountains for planting the crops onto the terraces. So you can see that terracing method is used for cultivation of rice and other crops. The major crops in arable farming in northern mountains are oilseeds, wheat, rice, barley, tobacco, potato, and maize. So these are the major arable crops in northern mountains. These are the crops which grow in the areas where there is low temperature. So in agriculture also, agriculture is of limited type. These are fruits. Fruit farming in northern mountains is apricot, apple, pomegranate, and other fruits are also grown in northern mountains. These are also the fruits of low temperature areas. The livestock farming which is practiced in northern mountains is the transhumance type of livestock farming. Nomadic type and semi-nomadic type of livestock farming is practiced over there, and the animals which are reared in livestock farming, there are the following animals are there: the Himalayan yak, the cattle, the sheep and the goat are reared over there. Buffaloes you cannot find there because in mountainous areas the temperature and the relief feature are difficult for buffalo to survive in this type of environment. Therefore these types of animals you can find over there in the northern mountains. Then when we talk about other economic activities, there is cottage and small scale industry, the embroidery industry, the carpet industry, the food grain industry, and the industry of drying, the fruit drying units. These are in the small scale and cottage industries which are there in northern mountains. The main industries in northern mountains are the sugar processing industry, hydroelectric potential for making hydroelectric power, vegetable oil industry, and the tertiary sector industry, which is tourism industry, is also very famous industry in northern mountains. And the promotion of tourism is also there in northern mountains by the government. Now, what is the lifestyle of the people of northern mountains? The people in northern mountains live in poor communication system, situation. There is unsafe drinking water, which has been the water has been polluted due to the tourist activities. Poor infrastructure is also there, and roads are not properly built, and difficult roads, and there is unemployment also because of lack of variety of jobs. The unemployment is also there. This is the lifestyle of the people of northern mountains. They live in difficult conditions. The environmental issues in northern mountains are there is soil erosion because of deforestation, and deforestation, overgrazing is also there because of the lack of grazing ground. These are the environmental issues, and deforestation is done for timber, which causes these environmental issues. And when the deforestation is done, then the landsliding takes place. The landsliding blocks the roads and the routes, which makes the life of the people very much difficult over there. The environmental issues also include the water pollution due to the tourist activities. The tourists come in northern mountains and they throw litters and garbage, polythene bags in the rivers. This causes the environmental issue and water pollution, which is increasing, diseases among the people. So these are the things we have discussed. Let's have a recap. Karakoram and Himalayas are the mountain ranges in the north. Hindu Kush is the mountain range in the northwest. Highest altitude of northern mountain is 6,000 to 8,000 meters. V-shaped valley, snow-capped peaks, snowfields, Sri Kori are the relief features of the northern mountains. Perennial rivers, waterfalls, streams, gorges, these are the drainage pattern. Limited agriculture and nomadic livestock farming is practiced. People work in cottage and small scale industry, and environmental problems are there due to deforestation, such as soil erosion. The assessment questions have been given for you. Study them and try to answer the assessment questions. One question is about locating different features, the mountain range and river and city, and the other is about an article which is about the Loari tunnel. Uh, Hopefully you would have understood what we have discussed today. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.